Welcome to the Jamaica Young Police channel. To our loyal viewers and subscribers, at the channel we are a group of law-abiding citizens who believe in the rule of law and respect the rights of every citizen, but not the ones who do not subscribe to such behavior. We do believe in and support preemptive strikes because it saves lives. That is a logical conclusion because preemptive strikes save lives and prevent the further loss of lives. We are all about saving lives on this channel. We at this channel aid criminals, their financiers, their supporters, enablers, and the likes with a passion, and we do not want them over here. Yes, let us repeat ourselves. We do not want any criminal supporters over here. Please, we do not want your views, your subscriptions, your likes, or your comments. Please go elsewhere where the red carpet is waiting for you. Over here, we want you, the criminal supporters, enablers, financiers, and all the likes, to go to prison or madness. Let me repeat myself. We at the Jamaica Young Police channel, we do not want the criminal supporters and their circle over here. We want you to go to prison or madden. Moving on to our video. Yeah, so we continue the journey. This is part 2, of how it all started, with Squash and his minions, how they end up, in jail in the United States of America. Some of them were killed. That J-Man girlfriend, Two Fly, she was shot and killed along with 2 men when they had a celebration, a party for him, Shabdan and his cronies and Fathead and the others. They went there and killed 3 people. It was a double murder. So we'll continue the journey. So you watch, you listen, you decide. And at the end of this video, we'll let you know what time it is. Peace. Girlfriend was the girlfriend of Raheem Shelton. Yes. Yeah, she's the girlfriend of Jareem Shelton. That's how them call him. J-Man. He's in jail at Broward County Jail in Florida. You understand? And that's the reason why he ran away from Jamaica on a boat, courtesy of Squash 6 boss, and now he's in jail facing double murder. So he had a case of murder in Jamaica. He jumped the case, and I'm telling you, all these criminal beer face, this one had a murder case in Jamaica. He jumped the case, jumped bail, and then he came to Florida, and then he's seeking asylum for his crimes that he had committed in Jamaica. I've never seen anything like that, seeking asylum in the United States of America. And he was on parole when he killed 2 Americans. And we're going to show you that's how we got here. So, so you have heard now how we have reached here. So it followed another triple killings in the nearby Matches Lane in March, when men traveling in a Toyota Allison motor car drove up to a group of people and highlighted before opening fire, killing 3 men and wounding 1. Residents have been warned not even newborns or older adults are safe, as the rivaling gangsters threaten each other on social media. Boy, them bad man, them gun boy are different kind of gun boy, them are social media criminal, So residents have been warned. What I mean, I tell you, because I social media criminal them. Ard Stone, president of Rose Heights Community Development Committee, CDC, hopes that all is not lost for the place she has called home for more than 2 decades. I am not here telling you things don't happen here, but Roadside is a friendly community. So many are drunk, I have been living here for more than 25 years, and the problems are not different than anywhere else, said Stone, and the community 15 conflict mediators. Pastor King did a great job with his Covenant of Peace initiative to hold community order, but nobody has come forward to take up the void left by his death. It has become more difficult to get residents to resolve their conflict amicably, and we struggle to get community members on board, she told the Sunday Gleaner. Many people are just not interested in being associated with CDC. The streets were deserted on Friday when our news team visited the community, where tension remained high, with lookouts posted at the entrance to each roadway. A contact had warned us to ensure that all our windows were wound down. An instruction is also given to taxi operators and even delivery truck drivers by the gangsters. No one entertained a conversation with our news team, each person looking on nervously as our vehicle approached. A sports utility vehicle was parked on the lower end of a roadway half mile road, blocking an attempt by us to drive through the area. Persons seen there advised that it was not a good time for strangers, and we quickly exited the room. Assistant Commissioner of Police Clifford Chambers hopes that good sense will prevail and the residents will come forward with information to help police investigations, but admit that there are challenges. To convict the gangs, we have to get evidence. To get the evidence, you have to get the statement. And to get the statement, you have to make people feel comfortable, he said after last week's deadly attack. Roy Clark, the St. James Central Member of Parliament, wants a purge of St. James Police Division, claiming that too many cops are too friendly with the gangsters. So this man, his name Roy Clark, he was a police officer, and him should not in a politics, man, Del Right, because then they want to negotiate with criminals. Say, oh, we want to find out what they want. Madness, you understand? Want to negotiate with them and give them what they want. You can't negotiate with criminals. The only thing you do with criminals, you eradicate them, period. No negotiation with them. And this man, Roy Clark, was like, well, you need to negotiate with them and find, criminals, no, the only thing you do with criminals, they send them to mad in a prison, period. There is no other way. We at the Jamaica Young Police Channel, that's our policy. We here is all about saving life, but when somebody resort to a life of crime, well, that's how we have to do with it, you understand? A police force doesn't work for these communities, he said, referring to murders in Norwood since a zone of special operation blanketed it. Everybody knows an army post is there, yet there is shooting. Because they have no respect for law and order in Jamaica, because they know that they are the chosen one. So it would be more meaningful if we had patrols and spot checks at the MP. We need something meaningful, not just to put up a facade, but to take it that until we can get rid of the bad weeds among our state security, and we are not going anywhere. Oh, when Jamaica is a criminal's paradise, and the young police officers who join the police force, they have seen how the governments for the past 34 years have treated criminals, and these youth, they are in their 20s, they grew up in a criminal society. What do you expect? Them see police and known criminal, them sit down and them a friend, and them see them a drive with them, and so they're gonna think when them join the police force, it's normal for them to be friends with criminals. You understand? When I was growing up, that was unheard of. The only time you will see a police and a criminal is either the police them arrest the criminal or them carry the criminal guard them out. Period. Or you see them in a chunk, you understand, with them foot out. That's how I used to it. When I never used to see no police, I sit down in a yard, I smoke no chalice with no criminal, as we have seen. Even right now in my community of Jonestown, yes, the people them complain, yeah, them call some police name, say the police them, and people are big friend. Yes, yeah man, George Pang have over 20, I don't know how the police force allow this, but George Pang have police security around him, 24/7 that bodyguard him. I thought that this happened when the PNP was in power. Who give these police the permission to bodyguard George Pang? Who's doing that? Because George Pang is not a public figure. He's not an elected official. You understand? The police is supposed to have bodyguard, not George Pang. At them do them thing, so you understand? Them supposed to live with it. Now, them say them a gangster, so all of a sudden them want police to bodyguard them. It don't work like that, man. You understand? So it was a facade. It was a facade that that they're putting on, because they have cultured these youths from day one to become criminals. So don't complain about them. You have to change the minds of the people, denounce criminality. You need, first, it has to be a collective effort to get rid of crime in Jamaica. And we don't see that one side working. We see Mark Golden, the leader of the opposition, his main job is to continue the criminal cuddling. You understand? But we're not going to let up, because we need Jamaica to change. We need it to change. We need to change. It has to change from the top. You understand? So, as usual, at 2011 Social Development Commission Priority Plan for Roadside noted that 30.1% of the residents felt safe, while 51% felt very safe or safe in their community. Some 25.1% believe the level of crime was high, while 56.7% thought it was low. 51% of the residents believed that it was unlikely that they would fall victim of crime, but 17% felt it was inevitable. So after the killing of these three, with two fly, that is Jareem Shelton girlfriend, and he had to run away from Jamaica to America to seek refuge. So he arrived here in America. Yeah man, Jareem Shelton, J-Man, and Squash and Fredman and Raymond and all of them, and they were here. So whilst these men were here in America, Squash, he was in America illegally. This man, he had received a work permit to travel to the United States of America. But the police in Montego, in St. James, had his passport with the work permit in it, and they did not give it back to him. Then one of his detectives in Montego Bay told him that he was under investigation for 8 murders, allegedly, and he was the person of interest, and they're going to arrest and charge him for murder. So he skipped Jamaica, by boat and came to America. So whilst he was there on social media parading himself as being legal in the United States of America, he had married to an American, But we're not going to talk about that woman's background and stuff like that. He had married to an American, but guess what? He did not have an I-94 to show that he came in the country legally. And once he came in the country illegally, you're not going to get any papers to work in the United States of America. You're not going to get any work permit. You're not going to get work permits, social security card and stuff like that, on track to get a residency. So, she had, his wife has put in the necessary I-130 and 526A, that's immigration documentation for him to get his papers. But because there was no information of him coming in the country legally, that was immigration did not approve his application, because Uncle Sam wanted to make sure that you're following the law. You understand? So he was still in the country and he was fighting his immigration status in America. So whilst he was here now, it is alleged that he was making money from drugs, from cocaine and stuff like that. So here now you have 2 men in America, and we can tell you that this man, there was it's like an army, so you have Squash, whose name is Andre Morris Whitaker. You have Jareem Shelton, that is J-Man. You have Javon Foster, that's Fredman. You have Antonine Scottman, they call Bones. Then you have Sinaway. Then you have Nene, that is Damian Powell. Then you have Mel, Nakis, and you have Kofi, and you understand. So these men, they were in the United States of America illegally. So there's this guy now by the name of Muscleman. Yes, Dwayne Francis. Muscleman was helping Squash with his residents, place responsible for taking care of Squash in regards to the place. He was the guarantor, or I should say the person who signed the lease for Squash to stay at Airbnb in South Florida, west of the 75. And so it was Muscleman credit card and stuff like that was paying the man thing, and he would give Muscleman check, give him cash, because he was dealing in drugs, coke business, and he had his minions out there. So you have Ramos, that's it, the other person that they were friends and they are at war. So Ramos operated from Georgia to Miami. So during all this time now, Squash, they ended up at one point with Squash and some other men. They were at a club, and there was a shootout in Florida, State Roads 7, they call it 441 in Broward County, and big shootout. Nobody reported to the police, and Squash was one of them involved in the shooting, and J-Man and Fredman and Raymond. So that was because these are, all of them knew each other, but all of them are criminals, so you have to remember that. So after the shooting now, Squash went on a drug deal, a coke deal, and he was shot. Yeah, he received a gunshot during the coke deal, and he, for some reason, he felt that he was set up by a Muscleman, that's Dwayne Francis, aka Ford Lord. So he felt that Muscleman had set him up, and he was marked for death. So based on what happened when he was shot, so there's another guy by the name of Ford Lord. Yes, Ford Lord. Ford Lord is he's from a Jamaican background, and he's because all of these people, they have Jamaican parents and Jamaican connection. So Ford Lord, yes, Ford Lord is Muscleman best friend. Yeah, they travel together, and Ford Lord went to a party. He's a legal gun dealer. Yes, Ford Lord is a legal gun dealer in Florida, so he would sell guns from time to time. Mel wanted Ford Lord to break the law for him to send illegal firearms to Jamaica, and Ford Lord refused. Yes, Ford Lord refused to send the guns to Jamaica. You understand? He did not want to be a part of that shenanigans. Yeah, you understand? So, Ford Lord name is Jeffrey Murray. So, he refused to give Mel firearms, rifle to send to Montego Bay to kill people, because he says, no, if I sell a gun and you send it to Jamaica, I'll be breaking the law, and what you do in the guns at the same